So often we make promises to other people, or other people make promises to us. And often we don't realize that person actually does have the intention to keep that promise. But things or circumstances happen and they don't get to do that. And it's not meant that way, but often the person takes it as rejection. They take it like that person is not trustworthy. They can't trust that person. And it develops a lot of hurts within us where we believe that we can't trust people. So, how do we rise above that? How do we learn to look at that person with compassion, with kindness, and say, that person does have the greatest intentions and it is coming to us? Because if we start believing that everyone who promises us something is not going to deliver, that's what we're going to get. That's going to be our reality. Whereas if we let go of the hurts as a child, because so often our parents promised us stuff and they never delivered. They had the intentions, but perhaps they just never had the finances to do it. They always thought they were going to get that money and be able to buy you whatever it was they wanted to buy you, or go on that overseas holiday. I mean, my mother always wanted to take us overseas, and she always promised us she would take us overseas. She even bought us a suitcase so that we had the suitcase to go overseas, but she never got to take us overseas because she couldn't get the finances. And so then you start not trusting your parents, like, "Oh, they're not giving me what I need." And then this carries on throughout your life. How do we rise above that? How do we learn to look at people with compassion and kindness and say, or care, and say, they are wanting to give us that, they are wanting to do that for us. But I just perhaps need to be patient and surrender, and it will come to me. And we don't pull away from that person and start rejecting that person and believing that that's not going to happen. Because when we start doing that, we don't attract that abundance. We don't attract that prosperity. We don't attract that experience. So with hypnosis, we can change those thoughts, those behaviors, those patterns, where we learn to not let past experiences stop us from living in the now, stop us from believing that we are deserving. We can get what we want. We can attract those things that we have been promised that we are wanting, that it is there for us. We just perhaps gave up too soon. We got upset. We pulled away. We felt rejected. To change that and believe that we are abundant and we can attract what we are wanting.